Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final boarding call and the doors will be closing soon. Please board quickly and safely. Our monorail will be departing momentarily. Thank you. Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
What's up, everybody? It's time to celebrate. It's Wednesday night. Let's take it up a little bit. Let's have some fun. It's hump day, middle of the week. We're going to get you through to the end of the week. Yeah, we're going to celebrate with another great creator on a Wednesday night. We want to bring him to your house so you can get to know him and hit up that like. We want to talk to you tonight. What's up? What's up? Let's get into the pre-show stuff. I'm excited. Let's say hello to chat. Then we'll get through the kickoff stuff. Surf on Jonathan Chuggenhouse, Stevie Lee, Dan Wynn. What's up? Debbie's in the house. Wait for it is in the house. Stevie Lee is in the house. Jeannie, Mar, Dan Wynn. What's up, everybody? Great to see you here. We're going across the pond tonight. That's right. We're going to talk to some great friends. What's up, FPE? The Explorers are in the house. It's Dora. It's Dave. It's Jen. Dora's with them? It's the Florida Park Explorers. Princess Paula Bell in here. Let's go. Let's take it down. Let's take it down. Let's take it down. Let's go through all the openings, guys. I'm always excited when I open up these videos and get rolling. Hope you guys get the excitement that I do for talking with another great creator or doing our Friday night hangouts. They're all exuberating to me and get me fired up here on the channel. So let's have some fun. Let's first talk about, hey, partner channels. I've got some great ones. Myers and the Mouse, Diz Our Dream, go live from the parks consistently. Dole Whip Dad, Disney World Freak, go live from home, Disney plus more. And then Dad Builds, he's an executive producer. Tina Marie, fantastic creators. Tina was live earlier today. Had a great 500 subscriber giveaway. And Dad Builds, you never know when he's going to be live. Welcome in Cricket Fox from Australia. Sherry Marr, what's up? Paul Engel's in house as well. Too. Share out the stream, everybody. That would really help me out tonight. Dean in the live place, they offer you over 100 plus family-friendly channels for your viewing pleasure. Please check out Dean and everything he does over there. He does an amazing job supporting other creators. Chaotic Crusaders, we've got some great ones. Love and Disworld, Dan Wynn, 21,000 strong over at his Facebook group. That is Disney Worlders. Manhattan and Fox, they come together for an hour of power. The Manhattan Fox Hour and being a Chanticleer. Absolutely amazing. Hey, Lisa Zapiek, what's up? We've got 4 great channels that support our channel. We'll talk about them later on in the evening. Disney Dynamics, Magically Mad Adventures, Casey's Corner. Casey's an executive producer as well. And Zoel's World. Love these channels. They support us. I ask you to support them by checking out their channels. Did I miss anybody coming in? No. Oh, Jay Sanudo. What's up, Jay? Good to see you, buddy. Christina Whitman, if you're looking for a realtor down in the Florida area, anywhere around Central Florida, she's a former cast member that's now a realtor. She's doing an amazing job. I've seen her close multiple houses on the website recently. Very proud of her success. From making magic to spreading magic, there's nobody better to put that gold Century 21 sold sign on your property than Christina Whitman. If you're watching the replay, all of her information is available in the body of this video. Again, if you reach out to Christina, tell her Pete McDevitt sent you. Clean Look Cleaning Services, Manchester, New Hampshire. Absolutely fantastic cleaning company. They will put Cinderella's glass slip cleaner clean. I can't even say it. Cinderella's glass slipper clean shine, that's crazy, on your property. Reach out to them at the number there or at the website down below, www.clean-look.com. Tell them Pete McDevitt sent you. Who knows what will happen? They'll take care of you. Lake Bona Visitors, they've got some great shirts over there. This is their most recent 50 years of magic, an absolute amazing shirt. Please check them out over there. Fantastic attire that you can wear in the parks or at your local convenience store, at the bar, at the library, over to your church. It doesn't matter. These are just quality apparel, and we absolutely love LBVTV. What's up, KK? Welcome in here as well. Our clubhouse is doing really well. We're just under 2,000 subscribers. Yes, 2,000 followers almost over there. We're about to hit that plateau. Hit us up over there. Stop in, say hello. There's all types of Disney content over there for your viewing pleasure. If anybody's interested in membership, like our most recent member, Lisa Z, you can get membership as well. 4 different levels available on the channel. Clubhouse through Fantasmic Theater. And again, if you do one of the higher levels, we will send you one of the Disney minted challenge coins that we have created. Our logo on the front, Mickey on the back in the edited version with a little bit of color into Steamboat Willie. So you can check that out over there. We're proudly a part of Magic of the Mouse Radio. They're doing a fantastic job over there. He's absolutely crushing it, taking off. If your content is not being followed over there or you haven't checked them out yet, they're on all the online streaming things. I listen to them on Alexa all the time. It's weird when I hear myself on the radio over there. But hey, check it out over there. I think you'll like it, Magic of the Mouse Radio. Saturdays, I remind you to check out Dad Builds. He does a great job with his show. Saturday nights for Saturday Night Hangouts. Ladies' Night is always on Sundays, every other Sunday. Donna Jaworski, every Sunday night. Mickey Bunch and Monarch Moments go. Fantastic ladies of our community that are crushing it. Please check them out. This is the big one for tonight. Everybody's fired up about this. When I get done with these gentlemen tonight at 8:30, I will be making an appearance over on this channel. It's called the Dad and Drew Show. One of my moderators can drop the link, and I will be over there. As tonight, I will be calling play-by-play. Yeah, these 2 idiots are going to eat a spider, and I say idiots with love because they call themselves idiots. Tonight, they really are. Why anybody would want to eat a spider, I absolutely have no bloody idea. But they're going to do it, so come over and join me on the Dad and Drew Show. Say hello, and we'll talk to them there. All right. Let's get rolling with the party here, everybody. I've got 2 guests backstage that these guys I've been following their content for quite a bit. I reached out to them. It was a while ago when I said, hey, I know you don't know who the heck I am, but I'd really love to have you come on my show. And they were true professional Brits. They weren't anything like Disney Dan. They're not like they're not like Dan. They actually were nice and polite. They didn't try to tell me to make this fake breakfast sandwich with an egg in the middle. They just said, no, we want to come onto your channel. We want to talk about the podcast and everything we got going. So this is their website or their YouTube channel. They have a website and all. My moderators are going to put up all of their social media links through the whole time. My guests tonight, well, they're a ragtag band of Brits, as they call themselves. They unite in their love of all things Disney, and they come together and waffle over the magic. Let's talk about their social media before I bring it on. 1,244 followers on Instagram, 431 posts, 879 followers over on Twitter. Over on Twitter, as Jenna says, 386 this morning. They picked up one already. Hopefully they'll pick up some more tonight. You guys will want to subscribe to them based on their content here. 153 videos, 27,264 video views. Ladies and gentlemen, 27,000 times people have clicked on their content to say, let me take a look. People just can't be wrong. Facebook group has 349 followers. They can also be found on their website as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben and John joining me tonight. I'm excited to bring them in. It's the British invasion to my channel. Welcome in, guys.
Hi, Pete. Good to be on your show.
We're excited.
Thanks for having us on.
It's been a while. We talked about doing this a while ago. I'm so glad that you understood the challenges that I face. It's a good challenge that I'm booked so much, but it's also a good challenge because when you finally get to the platform, there's 30 plus people watching you, wanting to check in on your content, see who you are, and hopefully that number of 340 something, whatever it was when we started, will be up over 400 by the end of the night. That would be a good thing if we could get that to you. So why don't we start out with you guys just introducing yourself to everybody here in general, and then we'll kind of dig into your channel and the podcast and everything we got going.
Yeah, go on, Ben. You start us off.
Okay, I'll go first. Well, I'm Ben. I'm probably the person who started the podcast and who sent the message out to everyone. So it was something interesting, I'm just a big Disney fan. Sort of went to Walt Disney World in 2013 for the first time, and we've been hooked ever since.
And of course, judging by your accent, you're living in Tennessee, correct?
Close enough, yeah. No, Southeast England.
Southeast England, awesome. Disney World Freak is here. Do we need a translator for you, Carlos? Yes, I need a translator to understand what you're saying. Oh God, that's unbelievable. John, go ahead, buddy. Tell them, introduce yourself.
My journey to Disney is probably quite a different one. It was brilliant to go from being a podcast listener to actually being a podcast presenter, and what's happened since then has just been a roller coaster in the UK in times unprecedented. So I live in the north of England, so it takes me as long to get to Ben's house as it does to probably fly to JFK. So it's one of those ones we make the most of the technology. We've actually got a really fantastic group of people, and it's one of our strengths is the fact that what has started off with a group of people who've got a true shared passion for the place that everybody's watching loves and is dear to their heart. We've just tried to share that amongst whoever would want to listen to our podcast, and it's trundled on from there.
Okay, so that's a great transition. Let's talk about the fact of your podcast, because that's kind of the basis of where it's at, and then everything is branched out from there. Talk about your group and how that came about. I would love to hear all about that.
Okay, we used to listen to another British podcast, which then decided to hang up the microphone. They were going for about 9 years.
Okay.
And I think we'd listened to them probably religiously for most of that, I'd say. And then it just got to a point, sort of when that stopped, I thought, what do we do? I'm missing my Disney fix. I need something to keep me going between trips. Yeah. So I thought I'd send out a few messages, people that were on the forum. John was one of them, and everyone else in the Great British Mickey Waffle was as well. And it just sort of, we put a few messages together, just had a chat, had a few Skype calls, and it just sort of evolved from there.
Okay, nice. And how many people now are involved with that?
There's 7 in total now. There was 8, but due to family commitments and things, it's now 7.
Do you want to give I welcome you to give a shout out to all of them if you'd like. I mean, let everybody know who they are.
Yeah, so we have Sammy, we have my wife Becca, we have Peter, Jill, Claire, and John.
You've got a great group. And I'll be honest, when I first tuned in the first time, I had to try to figure it all out, because it was like a puzzle. And then I started getting it together, putting the pieces. Okay, now I got it. Now I see where we're going, which is good. So, just so you guys know, I am good. My partner channel, Carlos, Disney World Freak, I'm going to try to keep control of him in here tonight so there's no chaos as we're doing it. So.
Good luck.
Good luck. So, as you came up, I love the name of the channel and the logo. The logo was one of the first things I saw that I said, wow, this is cool. And then it made me want to open up your content and say hello. Cricket says you're up to 390 subs already. Cricket will keep me up to date with numbers all the way through the night, which is great. Let's talk about how'd you guys come up with the concept of the name of the podcast / everything now and the logo itself.
Yeah, it was a strange one, really, because we started off and we were looking for something that was different from the previous podcast that we'd all been. I think we'd all been competition winners on at some point or another. We were the only people, I think, that were actually listeners. And we just looked for something to make us unique. And what we started off with was looking at being the Mickey Waffle. And then we'd recorded our first show, found out that someone else had the same name.
Oh.
And then we very quickly reached out to them, apologised, and changed to the Great British Mickey Waffle. And actually, I think that was actually a better way of defining exactly who we were, because, from throughout the whole of the UK, whereas Ben's in the south of England and Claire's in the south of England, Sammy's from Scotland, Peter and Jill are from Wales, I'm in the north of England, and it defines us much better. And it gives us a real identity. And what we found is quite a lot of people from the US have really picked up on the British part of it, which I find quite intriguing. But what I would also love to say is that Ben is definitely the one who was responsible for all of the tech stuff and all of the artwork that he does. He does a most amazing job, Pete. And I take my hat off to him. And I only look and think, I wish I could do that sort of thing. I'd probably need about a 3 or 4 day tutorial to do it. But he does a fabulous job for us.
Well, John, don't feel bad. I'm the same. You and I are sitting on the same chair. I got a dad built that does everything for me. And if I didn't have him, I'd be up a truck. And I actually have I do a lot of sports also. I do a lot of American football and I do baseball here.
I do watch some of that as well. Pete.
Well, thank you. Well, most of that creativity is from a Brit. He is from northern England, and Ollie May, who does soccer. European soccer over there. Ollie May is my guy for all my creativity there. So there's always the tie-in between our two countries, regardless that, Carlos texted me right before the show. He said, look, I'm going out in my backyard and I'm dumping tee boxes into my pool before you start the show. And I'm like, that's just wrong. We're not going to do that. So, but it's Carlos. What are you going to do with him, right? So let's talk about, as you guys, obviously, you love Disney, and we'll get into that love of Disney in 1 second. But as you were putting together your idea for your concept for your podcast, and now obviously YouTube channel, and of course, I know you're doing a lot on Instagram and you're doing a lot on Twitter and other things. What were some of the channels and or podcasters and or YouTube channels that kind of inspired you to want to go out and do the quality level that you guys are delivering?
It's a difficult one, because I think our whole concept when we first started was a lot of podcasts and YouTubers were doing news. And for us, we didn't think news, by the time we all of us got together to record a show, we'd be able to get it out in time. We thought we need to look at it from a different perspective. So we went down to think of, we're all different people. We all got families. Some of us are single, some of us aren't. And it was just that experience that we wanted to put across to people.
Okay.
So it was just finding that that was probably our USP. That was just something different from other people that we'd seen before.
I do love it that you bring all the different perspectives, and you guys are very welcoming of the different opinions, even though you may disagree on it. Yeah. You have great discussions on that, and that's, guys, if you're watching, there's a lot of channels out there that will try to bring in 4, 5, 6 people, and it just doesn't work because of the mesh. What you'll find when you watch theirs, as I have, and I've been subscribed to them for quite a bit, I'm not talking out of text, you'll find that their ebb and flow is excellent when they do that. Do you have any personal channels for Disney, of Disney creators that you guys like and follow? And I know I'm asking, but you're not going to say everybody. So, if you're so-and-so and you're watching and they don't happen to say your name, don't get mad. I'm just asking for a couple things, because it kind of shows what some of the content is that you guys like.
Yeah, there's a few. I wouldn't say we had Lou Mangello on.
Great guy.
We interviewed him last last year, and it was just one of those things that I've listened to him for quite a long time. So being able to have the chance to talk to him and just speak Disney with just a fellow creator, and it was just sort of someone who's been through it all and just getting his experiences. And a couple others I want to highlight is Jason Knapp from Here with the Magic.
Oh yeah,
someone I found during beginning of our lockdown last year, was just something that was different. He was doing a lunch break sort of YouTube stream.
yes,
On Facebook, just every day, just sort of half an hour of just watching his videos that he was doing in the parks of things that you wouldn't normally see.
right. I love that. And John, how about you?
Yeah, I came to all of this really. The whole podcasting thing for me was one where you just have a short list of things that you download every month and you listen to. Obviously, there was Lou, but there wasn't really an awful lot else. And it's only since I started this that actually beginning to know the Disney family that's out there has completely widened my YouTube viewing in particular. And I've got to say it basically started with Resort TV One was the very first sort of drop off point for me, and that was it even goes back to one of our first shows, and I'd mentioned Resort TV One, and few people had heard of them, but that to me was a Friday night entertainment for us, as through the winter in the UK. It was just like watching Josh and Jenna was just like a massive uplift. And so once you began to understand some of that, the YouTube part of it became sort of quite enlightening to me, because I'd previously been very much down the written word and just blogging trips from goodness knows when, and it kind of Ben videos all of his, and I'm thinking, do you know something? I've missed a trick there. I should have, rather than writing thousands and thousands of words, I should have just videoed it. And it's just been a delight. And like Ben said, Jason Knapp from Here with the Magic, he's been a great advocate of a show as well. And it's just been such a fabulous journey. Carlos had us on one of his British Invasion shows. To do that was an eye opener, and it was brilliant, because I've got to say Carlos had an awful lot to do with a lot of British channels.
Absolutely,
and did an absolutely amazing job in trying to raise the profile of so many, and even ones that don't exist anymore. But
yeah, he
really,
when he brought you on. When he started bringing you and your other fellow Brits on, it excited me, because much like you guys, there are many other quality creators in the UK and Scotland that people just don't know about. And I thought it was awesome, not only what he did, but the way the interviews went, and just the way it's a credit to you and all your fellow creators over there on that side of the pond, the way you opened up and embraced Carlos, and with the full thing. So my hat's off to you there as well.
Yeah, I think the other thing I would add as well, Peter, and I think this has been the frustrating part for us as a channel, is we went into this together. We were developing a podcast. We started off. If anyone is listening, do not listen to the first few shows, because we were on a very sort of an upward learning curve, I think is the description. But what we actually did do is, then we were faced with this whole lockdown scenario where we couldn't leave the UK, and rather than us sort of hiding under a rock and deciding, well, we're going to just sort of see what happens and we can't create anything. I think all of us want to go and record stuff in the parks. All of us want to go and add some of the videos to our YouTube channel. But what happened as a result of that is we actually became much closer as a unit.
Nice.
And we then went and we're doing live shows on a Wednesday. We do a live show on a monthly basis, as well as the podcast. And we've actually learned how to do other things purely through a time where things weren't particularly good. And I think we've done it. We've actually enjoyed doing it, because what we've tried to do is try to keep a positive outlook on the whole of the Disney experience for people in the UK. Because it's been difficult, because we've not been able to, Yeah, it was 2019 was, August 2019 was when I came home, and I still keep getting, my phone keeps pitching up with different photos with that trip every few days, and it's difficult looking back and thinking, goodness, that was 2 years ago, and how much everything's changed
Yeah.
in such a
Well,
short period of time. And we just try to be positive, and as a show, we try to put a positive line in every single show, because it'd be so easy to go and just moan about everything, and we try not to.
you've done a great job with that. I think you've uplifted a lot of spirits, and I can tell you, there's a lot of friends over here that you have made from your broadcast that I'm sure will be ready and willing and welcoming you back when you can come back over across the pond.
Yeah, I think there will be.
We want to see that for sure, for sure. I want to remind everybody who we're talking with tonight in case you've jumped in, if you see the logo there. But it is the Great British Mickey Waffle here on the channel. They are incredibly strong podcasters out there, guys. The YouTube thing has been the secondary outlet. It's great when you can be so successful on one that you can start broadening your horizon to others. And we're hoping to bring more awareness to them over here. I did tell both Ben and John before the show that Dad Builds, Chris and I have added them in to the Friday night focus. They will now be on the focus and talked about with their channel, and their logo will be shown every Friday night on our channel until they hit 1,000. So hopefully that'll help to bring more to following to you. Let's take a step aside. Let's take a step outside of the channel for a second, and let's talk about, obviously, living over there on that side of the pond. You get a chance to go to, the European Disney outlets a little bit more quicker than we get to. So obviously, I'm sure maybe you've been to there more than Disney, but just if you could each talk about what parks you've been to so far, and kind of what parks are on bucket lists, maybe your favorites, just, a couple minutes each, elaborate on that so people could get to know you a little bit on that front.
Yeah, I would say I'm probably the closest out of the Great British Mickey Waffle to Disneyland Paris, because literally we could get a train from here, which takes 2.5 hours.
Wow.
And it would just take us straight to the gates. But obviously with COVID and things, that stopped that for the past year or so. But it's definitely, having it so close means that it's so much easier just to get that Disney fix. And
nice.
It's a park. It was the first Disney park I went to, so I went there when I was 7 years old.
Okay.
And we returned there. But then we went to Walt Disney World for 2013, and we got addicted to Florida, as we all do. And then it's like in 2019 we went back to Disneyland Paris, and we're now annual pass holders there because it's just so easy for us to just jump in the car or the train and get there. But on our bucket list, we'd love to do the Asian parks.
Oh yeah,
Shanghai, Tokyo, and Hong Kong.
That would be
especially
awesome.
With like the Iron Man Iron Man experience. And
yes,
there's just so much of that I'd love to do.
Absolutely, I agree with that. John, how about you?
Yeah, I must admit, because I live in the north of England, it's actually more tricky to get to Paris, and I'm left with this conundrum as to, do you save up just a little bit more money and go to Orlando, or do you just go and get that quick fix? And it's tricky for us. And unfortunately, Orlando seems to win every single time. And had done for every year from 2008 to 2019. We were fortunate enough to actually get across to the States and enjoy the holiday of a lifetime umpteen times. And we've dipped in and out of Paris. And I've got to say, I still have a huge affinity with the whole Walt Disney World part of it. Disneyland Paris leaves me wanting to go back to Orlando, and it shouldn't. And I think I probably do it a disservice in some respects, but it's just the way we are. And I'd love to go to California. I think that's my bucket list part of looking forward.
Okay, let's jump back over to your show and your content, because I'd like to kind of go back and forth so people can get to know you and also your show. I believe Kay had asked, what was your favorite topic you had done so far?
That's a difficult one. I remember when we did our D23 special, and it was just we recorded that a day after that had happened, and it was just going through all the stuff that we were talking about Epcot, we were talking about everything that was going to happen, and it was just sort of, I remember just staying up watching it live being streamed, and it was just like we're talking this a day later, and it's still so much stuff that I could listen back to it now, and so much stuff that we're probably not going to get.
That's awesome.
COVID, but that was just great to talk about.
Yeah, I must admit, I think my favourite ones are when we found out that Sammy had never done World Showcase around Epcot, which is just shockingly poor. And so we decided for a live show, it would be a case of we would take her completely round World Showcase, and using photos of every single one of the pavilions, we would take her and show her what she'd missed. And I don't know if she enjoyed it, but I think we did. And I think looking back, it's one of those things that she has to go and do World Showcase, and we need the photos to show that she's been into the back of every single pavilion she'd previously walked past.
Amy says, is Disneyland Paris open right now? I'm not sure offhand. Did you guys? Yeah. Okay.
It is open. There's just limited restrictions, so you have to book your park passes, and depends whether you're staying on site or not. And it's all sort of testing and
love it.
Procedures.
Love it. Let's talk for a second about going back in and out of the thing. I have some more great questions to ask about the podcast and everything. But tell me about. I see some great stuff behind both of you gentlemen. I was actually on watching John today for a little bit. I was ninja listening for about. I do a lot of replays because much like you guys probably doing with us, it's when you guys are generally live. I was either at work or it was middle of the day, couldn't do it. But you guys have got some great stuff behind you. Talk about some Disney collectibles, things that you like to collect that highlight your house, that are, hey, this tells a little bit about me and my personality. Like, to give you an example, if I was to answer that question, I'd be talking about my Jim Shores, I'd be talking about my popcorn buckets, things of that nature. So, gentlemen, if you could share a little bit.
Okay, as you can probably see behind me, there is quite an awful lot of Lego.
Nice.
So I've got, there's a little story with the castle. It used to be in a different position because we had a canvas above it. And one day come home, and we were just sitting down, and it was just like we heard this noise, and it was the Disney canvas that had fallen on top of the castle.
Oh.
And it just sort of split in two, and then pieces went everywhere.
Oh.
And all Becca could do was laugh.
God bless her, because that's not me. I'd be using a lot of other words that aren't laughter.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, Lego has always been my sort of thing. It started off with Star Wars, so I had the Millennium Falcon, and then it's sort of gone onto the Disney side where I'd got the castle and station and Steamboat Willie.
Nice.
We just need a bigger house now to fit more Lego in.
Yes, I think that's what we're all doing. John, how about you, buddy?
I'm just a sucker for merch, and I've got to say, having two boys who have been brought up in that sort of Disney bubble, it's dead easy for me because all I do is the kids want this, the kids want that, but actually it's really me. And we've got a downstairs bathroom has got the yearly license plate, Disney license plate for each of the years that we've gone, which always starts off as a great talking point for anyone who visits the house. Vinylmations used to be the most amazing thing for me. I've got to say we had I should really put it up behind me as well, because we've got two signed Vinylmations from two previous trips, which we collected autographs from characters, which were the 9-inch Vinylmations, which were brilliant. It was just like a totally different way of collecting autographs for us, rather than the autograph book. And then you just keep, it's just everything else. You just got to buy it. And I must admit, I'm a sucker for pins. But pins not to trade, pins to actually have as a memory of a trip and a memory of either a ride or an experience. And then some of the ones we've traded, we've got a beautiful pin that just a lady gave my kids on the monorail one day, and it's just like it takes pride of place, and it's just like we display them, we've got them on canvases because they've all got meaning, they've all got a story behind them, rather than just being just sort of merch that you buy, they're actually the part of each and every trip, and
That's cool.
that's, I think as well. I think for the kids as they're growing up, it's been an amazing part because they can still look back, and we did manage to. We actually bought a 9999 pin for Buzz Lightyear in Paris, which you can't get in Walt Disney World.
Nice.
But it was a nice one because the kids look at that, and once they both maxed out Buzz Lightyear, that was it. We just had to have that pin.
Had to have that
So
one.
it's just memories. It's memories, and it's keeping those memories alive in the times that we can't get back into the parks.
I love that. Real quick, everybody, just what we're asking tonight is for you to consider. My moderators have been putting the links in for the YouTube channel and for other social media perks for the Great British Mickey Waffle. It's a collaboration of Disney-loving Brits that have come together to talk about their love of Disney. We're going to dig into that, the topics and all in just a second. If you'd like, I'd ask you to check out their content on their channel tonight, later on in the evening, or consider subscribing to them today based on this interview and getting to know them a little bit and saying, hey, I'd like to check out their content. But again, I'm not asking anybody to just go and subscribe. It doesn't do any good if you just go and hit a button and never watch the content. You might as well never even bother hitting it. Hit the subscribe if you want to watch that content. Hang around with them. I think we're just under 400 subscribers for you all right now is the last update I just saw a minute ago. Let's talk about, the podcast Exceptionally Strong. Let's talk about some of your key talking points over there. Where is your main focus? Do you elaborate on certain things? Is there any other push buttons? However, for the fan who might come up, and I'll just use John Serpum because he's the last guy that put a comment in the chat. Let's say John doesn't know anything about a podcast and he wants to tune in. Where can they find you? What are they going to find on your show?
You can find all our podcast episodes on your favourite podcast provider of choices. Just type in the Great British Mickey Waffle and it's on there. But the main thing about us is we'll talk about any particular topic that's Disney related. Even sometimes it'll go Universal. So we're generally more of an Orlando based. Just generally that's always been our home parks. Okay. But we'll happily talk about anything Disney.
Okay.
I think as well, I think one of the things that people sort of who are maybe unaware, but we spend a bit of time planning what we're going to talk about. And so we try to make it different every single month rather than feeling as if our listeners on the podcast are getting the same thing time and time again. We do try to mix it up, and we try to make sure that there is something different to go at, and be it, and still some familiar things as well. Because I know that we've done a carousel of questions where we've asked each other and we've asked other people who've been guests on our shows certain questions, which at times had a little bit of debate and had a little bit of fun into the show. But I think it's trying to make sure that we're not, it's not just the same old thing. And like I said before, it's not just coming on and having a list of complaints about things that, it's not this, or this is gone again, or whatever. We try to keep it positive, and we've tried throughout the difficult times is to actually give people something to listen to, which is actually entertaining. I think Claire was at one point. I think we did a show that involved a discussion about different types of concrete that were visible throughout the parks, and as you think, or different toilets, different restrooms, and just something that was different, something that was light-hearted, something that's actually going to help somebody plan their next visit to Walt Disney World from the UK or in the US. And what we've found is we've got quite a big following of people from the US, and that's brilliant to see. And whether it's an accent thing or whether it's just the fact that we talk Disney in a different way, I don't know, but
a little bit of everything.
We just do everything.
I love it.
Keep it mixed up.
About food. Food is always one of those things. It always comes back to food.
And again, if you're brand new to me for the first time, maybe you found me on the replay today watching or another day watching, I interview Disney creators on this channel live every Sunday and Wednesday night. every Sunday and Wednesday, where we have a little bit of fun getting to know creators like these group of people that are come together. John and Ben are representing everybody from the Great British Mickey Waffle. Not everybody could make it tonight, but I was happy to get these gentlemen here because they can give you the path over to their content, so I appreciate that. Hit that subscribe if you're new. We'd love for you to do that. Let's talk about a minute for your love of Disney. Where did that all come from for each of you? You know, is it something from your childhood? Is it something recent? You know, did John call you up and say you better like Disney or I'm going to beat the hell out of you? I mean, what was it?
Yeah, pretty much. No, I'd say it started with the classic films. I just remember growing up and just with the videos of Snow White. Then they're growing up in the 90s with the Disney Renaissance, and it's just my favourite film's The Lion King. So from then onwards, it was like I was then taken to Disneyland Paris in 97, and then it was just from there, just things spiraled, and we went to Walt Disney World on a honeymoon, and it's just grown from there.
Love it. John, for you, I mean, don't start talking about Phineas and Ferb again. I'm going to shut down the stream.
Well, just say a massive thank you to Kay. I know Kay's been in and out of our chat at some points in the past as well, but a lovely comment there, and I appreciate that, Kay, and I appreciate you following us as well. My Disney story is a rather peculiar one because I'm of an age where I'm officially described as a grumpy old person, and yet going to Disney should have been my worst nightmare. I turned down the chance of a 2-day trip in 1983 when I was a kid because I just didn't. I was a teenager. It wasn't going to happen for me. And my parents and my younger brother, they did Epcot and Magic Kingdom in a day.
Whoa!
Yeah, they did it. We'd done Disney, but I wasn't there. And actually, that was the best move I ever made because actually, when I actually had the chance to go when I was older, before kids, I went with a golf bag in the luggage on the plane because I was going on a golf trip until my wife decided that maybe we'll just do it. Maybe we'll do a day at Disney. And so I did it. And lo and behold, it became probably one of the biggest addictions that you would ever find. It really got me. It was everything that I'd in my own mind I'd never thought that it would be.
Nice.
And it really hit hard as a place that we just had to go back to. And from then on, that it's just become such a magical place for us. And then once the family came along, we had to endure the whole fact that our kids are going to be Disney fanatics as well, like it or not. And it's weird because I'm that my family still my mom and my brother still look at us and they think you're going to Florida again, and yeah, we've not done it all yet. And we've still not done all the parks yet. They're constantly changing.
Yes, so, and you'll never be able to do it all because of that reason. No, that's for sure.
No, and yet they still think that they've done the parks, and they'll still turn around to us. Oh, we've done that. We don't need to go back. They don't get it, and they don't get the passion. They don't get the whole thing. And I think that's why it made it different for me is the fact that it just ignited a real passion for Walt Disney World.
I love it. That's fantastic. We're talking with Great British Mickey Waffle. 1,244 followers on Instagram as of the filming of this interview. 879 followers on Twitter. We started at 386. I'm not sure where we're at on YouTube. I know we're getting up close to 400. Somebody said just a few minutes ago. 153 videos, 27,000 channel views. Facebook and also on their website that they have. Which are my moderators have been putting the link. You can, if you're watching the replay, you can look in and click into the chat that's right there. We always get a question from some of our members, and I always think this one is unique. Matt Bryan asks if a Disney character, any Disney character, could take over the Great British Mickey Waffle, which one's probably going to do it?
I don't know. It'd have to be Mickey. It'd have to be Mickey.
Have to be Mickey, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, his name's in the title of the channel.
Yeah.
After today, I would have said Ferb, but that's just me. I've never met more people with a passion for Phineas and Ferb. It was incredible. It was a great stream. I enjoyed listening to it.
Oh, thank you. It was good. It was good fun because actually, to actually be able to talk about Phineas and Ferb was just so. Again, that's what we tried to do. We tried to mix it up, so we're talking about things that are different, that perhaps other people won't talk about or don't have the knowledge about. And I think it was even in our chat earlier on. It was great to see so many people are just going back to Disney Plus now, and I'm going to go back and watch Phineas and Ferb. But I'm with Ben. I think it has to be Mickey. It's our lifeblood, really, isn't it, Ben? And it's one of them that I'd love to throw in a bit of a Nemo line because I'm a big fan of Finding Nemo the musical. But if you just have Nemo, we just keep swimming, because I think that for all of us is something that we all need to just keep in our own minds. Through in our own personal life, it's just you just keep swimming on, and I think that's another thing that's really important.
I love it. I love that. Your channel playlist has a lot of topics that are unique. Obviously, being a podcast is your primary focus as you come together. A lot of your podcast content is over there, so you're just listening to the verbal part of it. But you guys are recording now some live stuff like you were doing today that I've enjoyed as well. So you're getting a little bit of both. Some of the topics you'll find it over there, and I would ask you just to elaborate on your thoughts of your playlist. Adventures that you guys had, podcast episodes, Disney trivia quizzes, Disneyland Paris trips, cooking and master classes. Interesting. Wafflers Assemble, sharing the Waffle series, shorts, Wafflers Wednesday. Just elaborate a little bit for somebody new finding you, what they're going to find over there in your playlist of your YouTube channel.
Yeah, our Wafflers Wednesday is our weekly show that we do every Wednesday at 8 p.m. in the UK, which is 3 p.m. Eastern. And it's just we'll choose one topic and we'll spend roughly about an hour. Mm-hmm. Usually it's about an hour. If John's on, it's about an hour and a half. But just like we did say with Phineas and Ferb, we'll just pick a topic, and every week we'll just, a few of us will just get together. It's not usually the whole team, it's only normally 2 or 3 of us. But we'll just find something different to talk about. We've spoken about supermarkets, car hire, and I think next week we're doing dining at Disney Springs.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, cool. I like that.
The other one as well is the Wafflers Assemble Live, which basically came from the whole podcast recording element of it, and we decided that we would try and do stuff as a live show, and it was daunting to begin with. But I think it's helped us as a group. We've become much better. We've given Ben less editing to do in the podcast, because we've learned the fact that there are certain things when you're going live you can't say that previously we were going completely off topic, which involves a lot of editing. And the live show actually is just, for us, is a fun show. The graphics in it, if anyone hasn't seen us on the third Friday of the month, if you haven't seen it, we are live on Friday. Watch only for the graphics that Ben's put together, because they are absolutely immense.
Yes, done a great job.
And like I said before, I can't do anything like that. So every time that show starts, I think both Claire and I are just basically looking at each other and going, "Wow, how did he do that?" But we talk about anything in that show, and it does become a bit chaotic. Which I think from the cookery program, I think goes the cookery show that's on our YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. I think that came from one of our live shows, if I'm right thinking, Ben, where we wound Lloyd up, and we told him he was doing a live cook along with Peter, because Lloyd had a couple of drinks, and so we texted him the following day to say he'd agreed to it, and he went with it, and it would have been rude not to have recorded it.
There you go. I love it. And that's unique content. And that's the great thing is you guys are having a good time as your own personalities coming together, and you've worked to mesh really well. I have a couple more questions, but I'd like to, if you guys would be so kind, I'd like to let you get a drink, do what you need to do, take a quick break. I'll hit my community segments. When we come back, I'd like to talk to you real quick about Just Halloween versus Christmas is how it applies to you guys. I'd like to kind of throw out to you, just give you some topics to think about. I'd like to throw out to you what your conversation with Walt would be like if you got to sit down with him in the park, and one or two others, and we'll close out the show together if that's okay with you.
Yeah,
Brilliant. Look
Awesome.
forward to that.
Awesome. Let's do that. All right, let's knock out the community segments, everybody. Each week we have 3 or 4 different segments that we do. Kay, remind me about that at the end, and I'll ask them. Magical Memories, People in the Parks, brought to you by Magically Mad Adventures right here on YouTube. Check out her channel. She does a fantastic job. My moderators will drop the link. And I absolutely love that Magically Mad Adventures brings you this segment every week. If you ever see her in here live, please tell her thank you. Let me get over here where I can bring up the screen a little bit easier. And let's go down here. And that right there is a good one. That is Dave, Space Mountain Dave, to be known as. He's over there at Sprinkles down at the parks, having a good time. And we appreciate Dave sending that picture in. There's Tanya, and that's Jesse, and Robin, and Tom in the background hanging down. Looks like they're down at the Springs, having a good time. If you're new to this segment is where people that meet their favorite YouTuber send me the pictures, and we highlight them each week. Or favorite YouTubers are out in the parks together saying hello or hanging out, and we put it up here on the screen. Here's a good one. That's our good friend Years of Ears. They took another quality picture down there by the Food and Epcot sign. They do a great job with their picture taking in their Instagram. All Ears, everybody knows Molly. She does an incredible job with her channel and all of her social media aspects. She is everywhere to be found all over social media. You go down here. Let's go to our good friend Nate, and he had a picture that he took with Diz Cupcake just the other day, and that was really good on there. And I liked the picture, thought it was awesome. Trying to go down my screen share here. It's giving me a little bit of fit. Nate took this picture. This is right after he hit 100K, and we were excited for him with that one. There's I'll be hanging with this guy just a few minutes. Drew in the Moment of the Queen over at the Halloween party. Great picture that they sent. That was excellent costumes, by the way. Jenna, right there, Resort TV 1, hanging out with Maria, LBV. They were at the party together. They got a picture, all smiles down there, too. Beautiful women from our community. These are our good friends from out in California. Adam, the Woo, and Best Life and Beyond, hanging out at Disneyland. I'm not sure what Spencer's doing in the background, but that was a good picture that was out there. This is our good friend Mickey's Magic Meg. She's down there wearing the Cruella de Vil shirt from LBV with all of her matching attire with the castle behind her. Great picture. Awesome. Love this segment. If you like this segment, give me a thumbs up in that chat over there. Love this one. Andy's Playground, hanging out with Steamboat Willis. I'd love to get a picture with Steamboat Willie myself. I hope to do that when I get down there. Jenna, I don't get to see Mom and Dad much, but this is a great picture of Mom and Dad hanging out with Jenna. I believe they're at the Halloween party. Mom and Dad dressed up like they are working over at the Haunted Mansion. Nick and Sam with the Headless Horseman. Nick looks terrified. Sam is just trying to keep him calm. This is a great picture. Great picture of these guys. And then Nate was with his family down there hanging out at the After Hours Boo Bash. And I thought that was a great picture of Nate with the family down there. Last picture for the week. Dale and Jenna hanging out with Maria and Chris and Nate and Jackie. There is a ton of talent sitting at that table, y'all. That's a great picture. That's our last picture for this week. I'll have new pictures. I update these every Sunday. Pictures on the channel, and this segment runs Sunday to Saturday. No mail to cover today. I will have mail that we will cover on Sunday, starting on Sunday. Congratulations, people having success in the community. This is brought to you each week by executive producer Casey Bryant from Casey's Corner. Casey providing the channel with incredible 4K content for your viewing pleasure. If you haven't checked out all the videos in 4K over on our playlist, you are missing out. Absolutely missing out. So here we go with this one. 100 subscribers, the Redneck Disney Guy. Love the channel. Very unique, very funny. 100 subscribers. Congratulations over there. 500 subscribers, Tim and KT. Congratulations, Tim and KT. Hitting that 500 plateau. That's the next big one to get into the 4-digit mark. 4,000 subscribers. I'm not blowing the horn. Toot, 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 toot. That's as best he gets today. 4,000 subscribers for Rob Fuzz. He is the king of Disney Retro. He does an amazing job with it, with all his old retro videos on his channel. He just hit 4K. We're very proud of Rob. I've been following Robert for a long time. Welcome in, Mickey Bunch. Good to see you here as well. 6,000 subscribers living in Diz. Great family channel doing broadcasting from Disney parks. They do a great job consistently, and they are up to 6,000 subscribers on their channel. We're very happy for Corey and the family, and encourage everybody to check them out. Race for 100K. Let's talk about this. We do this segment every week on our channel. This is where we recognize these people that are running toward that 100,000 number. That is the big number on YouTube. And I can tell you, I will have 2 new entries next week. 2 new entries next week, but here's where we are for this week. Big Fat Panda 98.9, 5 Fires out in California, 80 at 94. JoJo's World at 87. There's our top 3 in the race right now. Back end of the race, Kyle Paulo, Best Life and Beyond, Super Enthused, Daps Magic, Theme Park Obsession, WDW Couple, and Earsome Emporium. Doing great. 85,000 down to 41. All incredible creators and just absolutely phenomenal. This segment is brought to you every week that we do it by Disney Dynamics. You have got to be flat out dynamic to be into this race. They say it, they do it. Boxings, Disney Love, Lives, and more. Disney Dynamics, absolutely fantastic and a great supporter to the channel. This back half of the race, Corey Meets World at 40, Always Believe. Disney Dave, that crazy Disney lady, she's fantastic. Magical News Live, Here with the Ears, and WDW Radio. Lou Mangello himself, an icon in our industry, 40,000 down to 17. They're on the race, heading toward 100. Finishing up the back end of the race, these are people that are really starting to kick it in and start moving. Disney Pins Blog at 17. Leg Life out of Alaska at 16. Diz Cupcake also there. Stephen Kai out of California at 14. LBV TV Disney at 14 as well. A 13 and a 12. That's Theme Park Ohana and Vacation Exploration. Last back end of the race is Successful in Themselves. Diz Life of Ours, 11-4. Mouse Talk at 9-5. Loving Diz World. Chasing Dreams with Mike. Drew in the Moment. Living in Diz at 6,000. They just hit it recently, of course. Diz Our Dream at 5.8 and Ear to Ear Magic at 5.6. We talk about these channels every week. If you know of a channel that should be in here that's not, reach out to me. I'll be glad to discuss and make a decision on that. These channels are selected by me. I'm the one that chooses these people to highlight, and I like doing it. I like trying to help these people find more subscribers because God left me here for a reason, and that is to help other people like This Is Us, who I'll be interviewing on the show and just stopped in to say hello. I'll be interviewing them at a later date. All right, coming up here on the channel, before I get back to my guest to finish out tonight, this coming Sunday, it will be Shelly Starwalker on the show. Shelly Starwalker will be joining us. Beautiful young lady, Disney content and more. Very creative. Looking forward to sitting down and talking with her. I forgot to pull up here as I was doing things. I was rushing. I still have this one from last week. So I'm going to take 1 second, and they get an extra promo, I guess. John owes me like 10 cents now because I did the extra promo. Let me pull this up real quick. It'll take me 2 seconds because I keep everything right at hand, and I know which one I'm looking for, so I can bring it up on the channel and recognize this young lady who will be joining us next week. It's going to be Beth, and Beth is doing an incredible job on her channel with everything she's doing. I've been following her adventures, as she likes to call them, for quite some time. There it is, right there. Whoop, went right past it. Bring it up on the screen. Hopefully it won't come too dynamic on the screen. Open. There we go. Perfect. Beth's Disney Adventures will be my guest next Wednesday, a week from tonight. We'll sit down and talk with Beth about everything Disney and all that we're doing there. And, John, let me help you with that, Jay. Let me fix this real quick there. That'll help you with that, Jay. So check out this. It'll be exciting. All right, coming up big on the channel, the Marvel nomination show is going to be incredible. Can't wait for it. October 30th. All the voting is going on right now. We will announce those that are nominated, those that have received nominations and are eligible from hitting the number and getting into the Disney YouTube Recognition Series. Is almost like a Hall of Fame. The actual presentation on December the 18th. I can't wait for those. Looking forward to doing this and recognizing so many great people in the community. And check it out, check it out. Here is the button for this upcoming event. If you're a Marvel person, this is the button that will be presented to all those going into the Disney YouTube Recognition Series. Again, it's our virtual Hall of Fame for Disney social media creating. And this will be the button that's going out. The event is sponsored by Corner Sports in full, the lone and sole sponsor for it. It's Marvel Night on the channel with the honorary heroic character presentation. Finishing up the last couple things, we've got an Xmas party coming up. John and Ben, I sent out an email. It just said on my thing, Great British Mickey Waffle. I invited all of you guys to do a video for this. While I'm thinking about it now, when we get done the show, if you didn't get it, let me get an email so that you get invited. This is going to be a reading of the Candlelight Processional. I expect somewhere between 150 to 200 channels participating in this event. It's going to be one of the biggest collaborations you've ever seen. And every major person in Disney social media has been invited. You name it, from Tracker all the way down. They've been invited. We'll see who wants to participate this year. Last year, you saw so many great top creators. AllEars.net, The Kingdom Insider, Prince Charming Dev, Resort TV 1, Adam the Woo. They were all involved. Hopefully, we're going to have all those people back and more for this coming event. And that'll be December the 18th. I want to highlight these channels that I watch each week and tell everybody, if you get a chance, you can check them out. These are people that supported me through some of my toughest times during my life, and they're great creators now, and I appreciate them for what they do. They're not the only creators out there. This is my viewing track people that we do on here, so check them out. Check them out. These are great channels. If you see a number next to them, it means they were inducted into the YouTube Disney Recognition Series Hall already. The last thing here before I bring back the two gentlemen to close out the show together, I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you. I say it every show. Membership on our channel is what keeps us going, everybody. I'm very transparent about the fact that my medical bills are astronomical, and I don't ask for handouts, and I never will. But I'm grateful and humble for those who support us. Zoel's World and Being a Jean-Claire, they sponsor this segment. Put their links into the chat if you don't mind, moderators. These are the people that are members of our channel. If you be like Anthony up there, if you become a member, if you're a sports fan and you want that up there, like Dave likes the Green Bay Packers, we will put that up there for you. If you don't have a channel and you just have a name and you want a Disney character up there, you'll see that a lot of people like AAA Sparkles have Snow White up there. You can put whatever you want up there as long as it's clean. CH has got the Cheshire Cat. This is what we do with membership. It's our way of saying thank you, because the membership is the glue that keeps this channel going. It makes it so that I can do the broadcast that we're doing. For just a couple pennies a month, you can also get your name, your picture up here, your logo, whatever you want. Sunshine has her emoji monitor up there, avatar. I love it. I think it's great. I think it's a way for people to share what they're about or what's important to them, either their channel or whatever. I got 2 slides left, and then that'll be finished. Again, thank you to all of my most recent members. And Lisa, our last member to join, Lisa and Crew It Up, were our last 2 members to join, and we just got their stuff up there. Okay, let me go back up to the top here and bring our guests back in. I'm so grateful and humble to all you guys for doing it. Everybody that's in the chat, just thank you so much. All right, let's go back into our real quick. Here's our screen share. I want to remind you who we're closing out the show with. If you're coming in late, you're about to hear one of the best endings around, because they've got the accent that I don't. These guys are both from Texarkana, Texas. You'll be able to tell as soon as we start talking back to them in just a minute. Gentlemen, tell me, as you come back in here, Christmas, Halloween, as it relates to Disney, where are your households at? Are you bigger on one than the other? Are you part of both? Where do you guys stand?
We're more of a Christmas family. It's always been Christmas. Halloween's just been one of those things that it's something we'd go to Walt Disney World for. And if we're out at that time of the year, generally we'll try and do both.
Okay.
But I'd much prefer Christmas.
Okay, interesting.
Oh, definitely Christmas from me though, Pete. Our first ones with the kids, which went Christmas 2008, 2009 at Walt Disney World, and we saw Santa. And even as a big grown up, we met Santa, and that was it. We'd never taken the kids to go see Santa ever again.
Love it.
But what we then realised is that we could actually go during the summer, and was it 2018? We did Halloween in August, which I find quite bizarre. I must admit, because it just doesn't. Halloween in August doesn't. You might
Disney goes up in August. That's the big thing. You know, it goes up in August. It goes up. Halloween goes up in my house the same day it does for Disney. August.
Really?
I've already had it up here. My wife is already having a fit. Christmas goes up for me November 1, just like Disney. That's the way. You know, that's the way I do. We talk a lot on this channel about Hallowismus, I say, because when it comes to Disney, I tend to like both. The parades on Halloween are incredible, but the Christmas ambiance is incredible. Absolutely there. Yeah. Kay had a question. She said, who did the best on Mastermind?
Oh, it's not Sammy. Me. Sammy so far, but Ben's doing his on Friday night. Ben's going to sweep the board with us on Friday.
Yeah. Check it out on Friday. Now, what time is that show on Friday?
3:30 Eastern time in the US.
3:30 Eastern time.
Yeah.
3:30 Eastern time.
We have tried to push it on a little bit. I mean, we just totally understand that the time constraints, you know, it's so strange because, you know, we love watching your content and so much of the content of so many people, but it involves staying up very late for us. But we're also, we get people watching in the office in the afternoon and it amuses us because you generally sort of tell in the chat where maybe they've had to take a call or maybe the boss has just sort of returned into the office so they've had to leave the show halfway through.
Absolutely. I love that. Yeah. Well, couple quick things here as we get ready to close out. Let me ask you first, in all seriousness, if you had the chance to sit down with Walt for a few minutes and just ask him a question or make a comment or pick his brain, I'm just curious for each of you, what would that conversation go like?
I'd love to talk to him about technology and how, if he looked at the parks now, what ride or attraction would be the one that would be most proud of that provided his legacy.
Okay, that's cool. I like that. That's excellent. John, how about you?
I'd love to go back to that. The quote that he had was, "If you dream it, you can do it." I just think that it's just such a thing that's stuck with me through a number of years, and I've tried to relay it to a lot of people that I've taught and a lot of people that they don't quite see the fact that, you know, if you actually do have these heightened dreams in your life, then there is an opportunity that you can remove that glass ceiling and you can actually achieve that. And I'd love to sit down with him, just see where did that come from in his eyes when he first said that. You know, I can see the fact that it relates to parks and stuff, but actually, it's such a amazing thing to, you know, such a deep thing to come out with because it's so inspiring and so it sticks with you, and it's, you know, it's something I think everybody should take on board for their life.
I love it. All right, before I throw it over to you for a final thought of the night, I have the biggest question of the evening. Cricket Fox says you're at 394 subs, by the way. Biggest question of the day. Disney Dan. He's from the north, correct?
I think he's the south.
He's the south.
He's in the south, yeah.
Okay, so Ben, he's down by you, correct then?
Yep.
Yeah.
Would you like to disown him?
Is this about fish and chips?
Okay, it is. It is. It's exactly about fish and chips. You know exactly where I was going. You can send me you can vote him out. Let me know. It's kind of like Survivor. You can vote him off the island if you want. You know, we'll take him over here. He'll fit in Detroit perfectly right now. So it'll be working out good. Let me throw it over to you for a final thought from both of you gentlemen from your side of the pond tonight.
Yeah, I'll start because actually I've got to say a massive thank you. The chat tonight, it's just been amazing. So many names that have become familiar to me and to us as a channel. You know, there's Tina, there's Jeff and Angela who does our dream. Um, I know you mentioned Dean, there's Carlos. There's also Disney Nerd Herders who
Yes.
I do, Charlie and I do a show on a Sunday night on Mickey Scouser's channel, talking about all things UK football related, which generally just nobody listens to us, but we do it because actually Charlie enjoys talking about Liverpool Football Club. But I just think the whole of this community that's been built up, and I think talking about Disney, Dan, you know, I know he made that video for you, Pete, when you know it was really your darkest of days. But the love that is within this community,
Yeah.
you know, we felt it so much, and actually we don't feel as if we're sort of massive on YouTube, but we get so much love from so many people, and I just got to say it's truly appreciated by us, and we just love being a part of being able to just bring some positivity into people's lives. And you know, if people want to check us out, they check us out. If it's not some people's cup of tea, then that's fine. You can go and watch Tim Tracker. We're all right with that. You know, we do all that we do because we just love sharing our passion for Disney and certainly for Walt Disney World. You know, and it is a true passion amongst all of us. We've got two wafflers at the moment who are just about to embark on the Disney cruise. Ben's going on a Disney cruise in another few weeks, and that's just a staycation one around the UK. So, you know, it's a simple case that if Disney put it out there for us, we're going to go and try and explore it, and we're going to take it on board, and we'll have an opinion on it.
Love it.
You know, we've got lots of opinions, but we just love it. It's a passion, and I think that's the best way that I can describe what we do.
Love it. Ben?
Yeah, I'd say the biggest thing about us is that we just love having fun. Like John said, the community, we didn't realise when we first started sort of this project 2 years ago that sort of what we'd still be doing in 2 years, and who knew what was going to happen to the world last year. And in a strange way, it's spurred us on to do things that we wouldn't have thought about. We'd never really thought when we first started the podcast we'd go and do a weekly live show on a Wednesday or a monthly live show on a third Friday of every month, on top of talking to so many people in the community. Yeah. And it's just been able to talk to so many people about the shared passion, like John said, because I have to admit, a lot of people that I speak to have all said, oh, you go to Florida every year. Why do you do that? And it's like, and people at work get bored of you saying that because they don't get it. They've not been, and it's in this community. Everyone understands Disney and that passion and what we're all about. And there's just that one thing, that bit of magic when you walk into Magic Kingdom. They just don't get it. They just think it's just another place you go on vacation.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I want to close out by first thanking both of you gentlemen for staying up late. For everybody that doesn't know, it's well past midnight over there, and for them to do it and stay through the show is incredible, first off. Second thing is, I mentioned about the holiday event coming up. I definitely we'll talk about that after the show. If I saw somebody mention in the chat that I didn't get invited. Listen, if you didn't get an invitation, it's because A, you got me on a spam filter, and my email didn't go through to you, or B, I don't have your email because when I've put out over the last 3 months and I've said, if you're interested, let me know, you've never sent me a note to tell me you're interested. We invited over 222 Disney social media personalities to be a part of this event. So just to highlight that, if you didn't, then you can reach out to me still. We'll try to find a way to get you in. These guys and this group, okay, not just these gentlemen, but this group of people that have come together. While eccentric may be the word you think because of the accent, special, amazing are words that come to my mind when they do it. Their passion for what they do exudes from their content that they're covering. Today, you'd have thought, listening to them talk about Phineas and Ferb, that we were talking of the second coming of the Lord and Savior himself. I've never seen a passion But it's all, whatever the topic is, that's the way it is. That's why I like to put on their podcast and listen. I listen to their podcast more than I do their YouTube. I will say that. But take a look at it. Check them out. I guarantee you're going to find it some of your viewing pleasure that you're going to want to do. And hats off to you guys for coming here tonight. A reminder, about 8:45, I'm going to send you guys over. Go over to the Dad and Drew show. Please put the link, moderators, for Dad and Drew into the chat. Go over to the Dad and Drew show, and you tell them in the chat, Pete and the chaos is coming. That's what I want to see in the chat when I get over there. I want to see that chat lit up with Pete and the chaos are coming. I'm bringing our Friday night show to talk about these two clowns eating a spider. Clowns that I love, mind you. I love them. I speak with them with love, just like I do. I love Dan. Don't get anybody get upset about Dan. I love Dan. He's my brother. I can joke with him. If I didn't think his girlfriend would get mad, I'd call him right down 3 in the morning. So do me a favor. Just keep in mind, everybody, here's the way you can help these gentlemen and the rest of their crew the most. It's very simple. It doesn't cost a penny. Hit that subscribe. Hit that like. Share the video out. And it doesn't matter. Any video. Share it out so more people can do it. It's a spider web effect. The more people that share it, the more people that see it, the more people that hit that watch button. Watch time is a key factor. Watch your favorite creator's video. Do me a favor, after you watch their video, if it's a vlog, put a comment in the chat. All of the impressions help your favorite creator. And guess what? You didn't take out your wallet at all for the first time for something with Disney in the last 12 months. It didn't cost you something, which is great to say. It's free, right, to hit those. So help your favorite creator out by doing that. Finally, I tell everybody, take care of yourself and each other. Life is too short. I've been through hell these past 2 years. I can't wait to get back to Disney in November. We would hate to see you not take care of yourself at home, whether it's medically or whether it's mentally or whether it's physically. It doesn't matter. There's people out here that can help. You got friends, you got family, you got coworkers, human resources, you got doctors, nurses, all of these people that are clinically state to help you. Please don't let me hear you be a statistic. I would rather hear that, hey, you're fighting back out of something and we're putting in prayers for you. Team Marie's Place does an incredible prayer chain for the Disney community. It dug me out. I should have been 6 feet under and they dug me out. Prayers work, y'all. Let us know. We'll be glad to keep you in that. Finally, we remind you that, hey, the gentleman and I, we were just doing our best to do what Bob Gurr said. The year after that Walt died, Bob Gurr said, I'm just sitting in the boss's seat, hoping to do a good job. Well, the three of us, hopefully we put a smile on your face tonight. And hopefully somewhere the boss is looking down and said, hey, guys, you did a good job, And that thing or so, because Walt used to always say, that thing over there and the thing over here. Hopefully says, hey, that thing over there, that was pretty good. So we'll talk to you real soon. Friday night will be our next broadcast on this channel, Disney content. It's your Friday night hangout. I have no idea what we're doing, but it'll be ridiculous and nonchalant. Go over and check out the guys. Join me on the Dad and Drew show. This has been the British invasion. Carlos called it the British invasion. I said, I got to fix this real quick. When he called it the British invasion to me, I said, I'm pretty sure I don't have John, Paul, and Ringo coming. But, I was glad. Ladies and gentlemen, we're celebrating. It's the British Mickey Waffle. They're incredible. Check them out. You don't want to miss them. Go follow them on their channel. We'll see you real soon over here on this.
Thanks, Musketeers, for joining the party. We'll be looking for you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye, all.